If you've ever looked at your calendar and thought, there is literally no way I have time to work out today, well, you're in the right place. Today we're throwing the whole I don't have time excuse right out the window. We're diving into this explainer to prove you absolutely do not need an expensive gym membership, an hour of free time, or any fancy equipment to get into incredible shape. We're going to break down the actual science and the specific routines behind the 5-Minute Fitness Fix.
So here's a book look at today's fitness menu. We'll start with the core concept, the 5-Minute Fitness Fix. Then we'll cover relief at your desk, flexibility in a flash, full body strength and cardio, a 6-minute ab crusher, and we'll wrap up with tips for lasting consistency.
Okay, let's jump right into section 1, the 5-Minute Fitness Fix, debunking the hour-long gym myth.
Think you don't have time to work out? Be honest with me. How many times has that exact thought crossed your mind just this week? You know, a perceived lack of time is, without a doubt, the single most common excuse for skipping exercise. And I get it. After a crazy day of meetings and errands, the idea of packing a gym bag, finding through traffic, sweating for a whole hour, and then driving all the way back, it's just exhausting to even think about. But what if I told you that the whole hour-long workout expectation is actually a complete myth, and it's probably the exact thing holding you back?
Let's actually look at the science here. A recent headline from Science Daily confirms something pretty amazing. You don't need intense workouts to build muscle. The science of fitness is massively shifting toward these micro-workouts. Short, sharp bursts of movement can actually trigger positive physiological changes, spike your metabolism, and boost your energy way more effectively than that mid-afternoon cup of coffee. It's really all about the intensity and the consistency, not just grinding it out for an hour.
Moving right along to section 2. Relief at your desk. Reversing office chair stiffness.
Now, this data from Gymba is super interesting because it directly tackles those mental roadblocks we all hit while working. Do you feel self-conscious stretching in the office? The fix is simple. Subtle, seated exercises that just look like you're shifting naturally in your chair. Keep forgetting to actually get up? Just set a quick reminder on your phone. Lacking motivation? Grab a coworker to keep you accountable. And for the ultimate excuse, I'm too busy, listen, even 30 seconds of movement breaks the friction. 30 seconds. Anyone has time for that.
So, what do these quick 30-second to 5-minute movements actually look like in practice? Well, here are some rapid-fire desk fixes. You can start with a seated spinal twist to just melt away that lower back tension. Follow that up with some shoulder rolls to release your neck, and hey, if you have a spare minute between calls, try chair squats. Literally just standing up and sitting back down 10 to 15 times to get your circulation going. You can even bust out some push-ups right on the edge of your desk or do some simple angle circles to get the blood flowing down to your feet. Honestly, if your lower back is aching right now, just 5 minutes of those twists and squats can instantly hit the reset button on your posture.
Which brings us to section 3, flexibility in a flash, a 5-minute yoga flow.
Now, let's see how you can string movements into a totally seamless flow. This one's inspired by some great routines from Health Shots. You definitely do not need to sit through a full 60-minute class just to open up tight muscles. It's basically a 4-step process. Step 1, start on your hands and knees with the cat pose, dropping your head and rounding your back to wake up your spine. From there, press right into step 2, downward facing dog, to instantly stretch out the hamstrings and calves. Then, you just flow right down into step 3, the half pigeon pose. This is a massive hip opener, absolutely perfect if you've been glued to a chair all day. And finally, you finish up with step 4, a seated twist to really wring out the spine. Just 5 minutes of linking these 4 steps together, it will completely change how your body feels for the rest of the day.
All right, shifting gears a bit for section 4. Full body strength and cardio. No equipment home workouts.
If you're looking for more of a burn, check out these demonstrations from certified personal trainer Rachel Baca. Notice that deep, wide stance of the sumo squat on the left side of the screen, and then compare it to the dynamic crossbody movement of the curtsy lunge on the right. These 2 moves alone are proof positive that you can get a serious, muscle-quivering, full-body burn without touching a single piece of gym equipment. It turns out your own body weight provides an incredible amount of resistance as long as you're moving with purpose and keeping those rest periods really short.
And hey, if you really want to spike your heart rate and get a sweat going, try out this 5-minute high-intensity interval training, or HIIT sequence, put together by the team at HasFit. It is nonstop. You go from reverse lunge twists directly into bear plank push-ups, which are fantastic for targeting the chest, shoulders, and core. Then pop up for Smurf jacks, which are basically jumping jacks, but you do them while holding a low squat. It burns. And then you finish strong with some old-fashioned burpees.
The big secret here? You just have to push through the burn. Keep breathing. Whatever you do, don't hold your breath. Remind yourself it is literally only 5 minutes out of your entire day. You can endure absolutely anything for 5 minutes.
Let's turn up the heat even more. Section 5, the 6-minute ab crusher, targeted core training.
This brings us to a brutally efficient routine from Athlenex. Now, the absolute crucial takeaway here is this. A highly effective ab workout does not need to be an hour long to give you serious, visible results. Actually, if you're doing it right, 6 minutes should be all you can physically handle. And by the way, if you have to stop and rest a few times during those 6 minutes, totally, completely normal. Just use those little breaks as a benchmark to measure your progress for the next time you try it.
So you might be wondering, why on earth does a 6-minute routine work so well? Well, it all comes down to exercise selection. You see, technically, you can't isolate your lower abs completely, but you can preferentially activate them by focusing on bottom-up and rotational movements. What does that mean? It means instead of doing those standard crunches where you're just lifting your shoulders toward your hips, you want to reverse it. You move your legs and all the weight of your legs up towards your core. Exercises like twisted pistons and figure eights target those notoriously stubborn lower abs incredibly hard. I'm telling you, it's brutal, it's lightning fast, and it absolutely works.
Okay, let's bring it back down to earth for our final section. Section 6, tips for lasting consistency, making micro movements a habit.
These next few tips were originally put together to help people avoid the dreaded Quarantine 15, but honestly, they are just incredibly actionable strategies for keeping your momentum going at any point in life. Tracking your food intake on an app, that makes you instantly more aware of that mindless snacking. Trying out an 8-hour eating window can really simplify your whole diet. And getting out for long walks 3 times a week is just fantastic for both active recovery and your mental health. But I gotta say, my absolute favorite tip here is compounding your entertainment with movement. Think about it. For every single Netflix episode you binge, commit to doing just 1 minute of exercise. Jumping jacks, squats, whatever you want. These tiny choices absolutely compound over time, and as a bonus, it makes binge watching completely guilt-free.
Which brings us to the final and most important question of this explainer. How are you going to spend your next 5 minutes? You've got a full menu of options now. You could do a soothing desk twist, or you could tackle that brutal 6-minute ab crusher. You have the knowledge, and the time commitment is basically 0. But I want you to really ask yourself, if just 5 minutes of movement can physiologically alter your mood, boost your metabolism, and sharpen your focus for the rest of the day, what else in your daily routine could be radically transformed in just 300 seconds? Don't just click away to the next thing online. Stand up, pick one of these routines,